Audio Jungle.
Getting life there with the baby, at first I got it very hard when those things were not issued and when they had not taken for me things from home.
It's a little more challenging to the women. Many of our women are disadvantaged. Many of them are illiterate, and when they come to prisons, maybe one has already given birth to a child or two. For the child is even worse because she finds themselves in the prisons for no offense committed, but because the mother got into conflict with the law.
The day of reporting came. That day when she fell sick, I did not go there. So I went reporting the next day. When I reached there, they only told me that I'm fooling them. So there was no out. I was returned there.
Ask my mother, and she will tell you mothering is the most challenging task she ever faced. This life-changing role, however, can be nearly impossible for incarcerated mothers. Jail, prison policies, long distances and concerns about the effect of seeing her mother in jail on a child can all have major effects on mothers serving jail sentences. This is an experience that feels so fresh in the mind of 19-year-old Dirijiro Sharon Adiru Rose and still being experienced by mothers in Gulu Women Prison.
Rushima Dirijiro Sharon ma live village yon ramani sudi aman muzu prisoner achoni. Am prisoner la desumo nini ngandra mo meyo azikili niko man muzu prisoner la simo me gata azangiro. Maybe chandra mo charan makosi onira tebuti na maki imarba mo shikin charan makosi oniko. Then amaske de achora be alive village area.
You would think Sharon was lucky to get someone to take care of her child back at home. Adiru Rose's story is even more saddening.
At first, when I reached there, for about 2 to 3 days, I found life there hard. Because those were new friends, which I was not used to. And I was in a new environment. And the food I got there used not to be the one I eat at home. Cooking was at times not allowed.
Domestic violence remains a big challenge in northern and the West Nile part of Uganda. That, coupled with land ownership and culture, have seen many women serve prison sentences, some with children born in circumstances of crime.
The crime rate in our district here ranges from petty crime to the level of capital offenses, where you find a man battering a woman, killing a woman, land wrangles, which you find the community among themselves are really stretching among themselves upon a particular land.
You don't have to believe that incarcerated mothers don't deserve to be in jail or even that they are good people to support their rights to raise their children, though. The children of incarcerated mothers suffer penalties for crimes they didn't commit when they're deprived of a normal childhood and relationships with their parents.
As a service, it's part of our mandate to take care of those children that find their way into prisons with their mothers, innocently as they are.
Most jail and prisons have strict schedules that only permit mothers to be with their children at a particular point in time or 1 or 2 visits per week. This, among many other challenges, have made it impossible to develop normal mother-child relationship.
There are many challenges, especially one that comes with a child or produces a child while in prisons gets challenged.
Advance Africa has since then constructed 2 daycare centers in Arua and Gulu Women prisons respectively to help provide a normal environment for the children of female inmates to be cared for and mingle with other children as their mothers take part in other rehabilitation activities inside prisons.
If they are not prepared, there is the possibility that they will go back out and continue committing offenses. While they are here, yes, they committed offenses outside. Now that they are in custody, we need to do something to change their lives for those who can change.
More babies have been born to women in prison in the past 2 years, especially at the height of domestic violence that has seen more women end up in prison over crimes of passion. Children can get quite institutionalized, especially if they don't have someone who can take care of them outside jail. It does not only become a challenge for mothers to cope with society after jail sentences, but the outside world can be totally a new change to children of ex-prison inmates, and that is scary to the mothers, making hope of life after prison a myth.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.